loyalty. Cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty.
Welcome back to another video, and in this video we'll be going over the highlights from the weekend at Snetterton. Now Snetterton's always been one of my favourite tracks, even back from the sidecar days, so the track for us is nice as well because it's within an hour, whereas every other track we go to it's 2.5, 3+ hours, so our local one for us, which is always nice. So it also meant we didn't have to travel up the night before. Obviously I got up in the morning and obviously drove to the track where Dad had already set up everything there. Was a little bit of a sketchy few days just before this because I was playing football on the Wednesday night and ended up having to quickly go to A&E to get my wrist checked out after a little incident. Decided to not put it in a cast just for the weekend because I wanted to make sure I could race and didn't want to miss out. So yeah, we weren't too sure how we were going to get on with sort of the strength during the races, and the first test of the weekend was trying to get the car out of the van and onto the trolley, but yeah, had to try and manage, and yeah, I just hope you enjoy the video. So with the engine all warmed up, it was time to hit the track for the first practice session of the day. And obviously first session was just going to be going out, getting the engine up to temperature, putting a heat cycle through it, and then just pushing for a couple of laps to see how the car is handling. And since we were here last year, we've made quite a few changes this season to the car, and it's been so much better. So looking forward to seeing what lap times we can do, and seeing if we can push somewhere near the front. So with the first session now being over, it was time to come back in and look at the lap times. And after looking at the times we'd done compared to last year, we was over a second quicker and it was quicker than anyone else went last year. So the pace on the track was very good, but the car was handling better than it ever had been, and we were feeling really confident. So because there was only 2 sessions on the test day, we actually decided in the next session to put some new tyres on, go out, do a couple of slow laps to scrub them in, come in the pit lane, change the tyres, put some more new ones on, scrub them, and then at least that way we would be ready for the race day. So second session, not much happens, just apart from coming in the pit lane and changing some tyres. Helping with the pit stop changes was 2 sidecar pairings with Sam and Tom Christie and Ryan and Callum Crowe. So 2 pairings as well that have been very, very successful this year as well as previous years. And yeah, helping change the tyres to try and get me back out with as much time as possible to get some more laps in. Yeah, really appreciated the help, and it was nice to see them jumping in. So that was the test day over, and it was a very productive day, getting the new best time around Snetterton, getting 2 sets of tyres scrubbed in ready for the race day, and then it was just time to get ready for the morning. So on the Saturday morning we had a free practice, followed by qualifying later on, and then we had our first race later that day. And in the morning practice we just chucked on an old set of tyres. They didn't really have much life left on them, but it was just a case of go out, do as many laps as we could, see what the kart felt like, and see what lap times we could actually push. So started off just slowly warming the kart up, getting a couple of laps in, and then I just started to try and build speed up and see what lap times we could actually achieve. There was a lap where my predictive lap time was about a second quicker than we went on the first test session, which would have been about 2 seconds quicker than I went the year before. So the pace was looking really quick, but on my quickest lap I went into the last corner, just tried to carry a little bit too much speed, and ended up actually touching the grass on the exit. And even though I lost a lot of time, it was still my quickest lap of that session as well. So when we come in, we knew we had a lot more pace to give if I could keep on the track, and yeah, we were looking forward to the qualifying session later on. So qualifying was now underway, and what we'd agreed to do before going out in this session was we put a new set of tyres on, but this set of tyres had to do one of the races later on. So because of the tyres not lasting during the practice sessions very well, we were going to go out and do one very slow lap just to take the shine off the top of the new tyre. One lap where we built the speed up a little bit to just build some heat into the tyre, and then one flying lap, and then whatever the lap time we did, come into the pit lane and just park it up there. So it was really important to find some clear space on track as well and not get held up on our flying lap. So I put the first lap in nice and slow, second lap built a bit of speed up, and actually was quite lucky because I had some back markers in the way, so we just tried to get past them, and then yeah, we were ready for our one flying lap. So on to my flying lap, and I'm going to talk you through it. Heading to Richie's, we're aiming for the 50 board, down one gear and turn in, aiming to get back on the throttle as soon as possible to give the rear grip. Then as we head to Montreal, we're braking at the 100 board, down 4, wait for the kart to settle before turning so the back doesn't push the front and make it bounce, then easy on the power on the exit. Then to Palmer's, we're going to hold the same gear, a little bit of brake just to drop the weight to the front, easy on the throttle to stop the back pushing the front, and then once the rotation has been done, hold it flat out. As we head to Agostini's, you're going to pass the 100 board and try and get as close to the 50 board as possible before braking. Down 4, trail the brake into the corner, this stops the back pushing the front, and then gentle on the accelerator. As we head to Hamilton's, we're going to hold the same gear, little brake as possible to help the front grip, turn early, aim for the curb and back on the power using all the track. Then straight into Oggy's, we keep it tight to avoid the bumps and keep the kart settled, down 2 and keep the kart nice and tight. As we head to Williams, we hold the same gear, no brake this time, just a little lift to rotate the back and then back on the throttle. The more speed we carry onto the Bentley straight, the better the engine pulls. Then we're going to be heading into Brundle and Nelson, so we keep it flat, start to turn just before the 50 board, hold little brake pressure on the brakes, and then we go down 3, hard on the brakes when the kart is straight, and down 1 more, avoiding the big curb on the right. Bomb hole is next, always keep some throttle on to keep the back gripping, otherwise the kart goes very light at the top. And then into Coram, flat out at the start, and then you use the throttle to control the rear of the kart. If you come completely off, the kart will slide. And finally Murray's, careful on the brakes as you are turning, down 3, focusing on getting the best exit onto the centre straight as possible, and then we're heading for the run to the line. So with my one flying lap complete, it was time to head back to the pits. And as I crossed the line, I saw that I had a 1 minute 46, which is 3 seconds quicker than anyone went last year. And the last time people were ever in a 1:46 was at a European round. So I sort of was hoping that we'd be somewhere near the front. And as I come into the pit lane, just to see my dad with the times, we had a quick look and we found out that we was P1. So qualifying on pole meant I got to lead all the karts round at my home track, which was a really nice thing to be able to do. But yeah, as we were heading up to the start, my goal was I don't normally get good starts, so let's just try and focus on the lights, and as soon as I see them, go out, try and get the best starts that we can. But from qualifying, I knew we had really good pace, so as long as I could stay at least with the front 3, I knew I'd have a good chance in the race.
that means
Lee's fucking bombed it.
One cart on holes crosses the line to hit the 175s from across the crosses and the 450
Down there was good.
Did you watch the last corner?
I watched the one down there.
Where he went round him and then I thought he was coming, like, I didn't know who it was, I turned in.
He shoved me on the dirty stuff and I couldn't stop it. It's good down the box, like, no, don't take him out, don't take him out. And then he just got flicked it back the other way.
And I was young, mega, mega. Yeah, well done, Jack.
Hi, Gary.
So there we have it, first win of the season, first win round Snetterton in the Division 1, and obviously a first win of the weekend. So aiming to try and add to that, we had a lot of confidence going into the other two races. We are now heading to race 2, which was on Sunday, and yeah, with the pace that we had, I knew I had a good chance of at least being at the front, and coming up in this race is probably the best race I've ever had in the kart, and I enjoyed every single second of this. So obviously, yeah, keep watching and enjoy race number 2.
Ross Allen as it was before. So their side hoping that after the day it had before that corner. William and Monty, the bench straight for the first
Jack likes a bit here, doesn't he? Behind at the moment, but just sit there and the drift, but lapping slightly quicker
Then the guys in front, so Pratt starting to rig them in. The driver that's trying to make up ground from possibly a first lap spin with the 3 cars of Carl Hughes up into 13th overall to gain 5 places that lap, but still down.
Good racing.
Well done, let's go. Yay! Well done. You are the babe of our life.
You tried.
I had to try. You two were scrappy. That made up.
See a load of dogs.
He was out. He walked away. I think he probably stalled it.
I think he missed his break mark, but he getting a hard on. Yeah, but he hasn't as much because he's been doing a lot. Oh, fuck, I've got plenty.
I'm colourblind.
I tried.
The lights weren't out.
Yeah, but he went. The lights went out.
The lights were still on.
It was only 5 time ago.
If you two didn't enjoy that, there's something
So I said I enjoyed that more than yesterday. That was a more fun race.
Yeah, no, but they were not killed. They were not killed. They're not nervous.
It's like we're watching going, leaving the slip, he's going to dive under it.
No, I did. In the slip, I got away with straight, but he tried to pass. I lost speed from yesterday. And obviously that wind's not as bad here, but
These two like a second quicker than me.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Lee,
And he's there. Fucking hell, there he is.
Lee, that bit under the bridge though, that made me nip up a little bit. Felt a bit sick.
And he even moved over to not give you as much room.
my fear was he's going to come past early. Because he was go inside, but then I'd rather him pass partial on the inside, hopefully make your runs right under the
Because you were in the lead, then started getting the back markers coming. I said, now's the problem. Go first on the scene and you take advantage of it.
You took the back marker off there, he got a lot of hits in the corner. Fucking dive bomb.
And I went through and there was like, don't come in anymore, don't come in anymore.
Round corner, you went under one of the corners, he went out for a while, you got a fucking clear run through there. Come in, I'm coming! And I was like, fucking hell, the next race, you got one new car back.
out of the last corner, he's like going inside, so I get a good run, turn it to a foot and just goes that every time, and just couldn't tie it dry.
So end of race 2 and we narrowly missed out on another win, but again really enjoyed the battle and showed it has some good pace. So yeah, moving on to the last race, and the wind had picked up a bit, so we were tempting to change the gearing, but we decided to stick with what we had. And in this race, if you just notice, every time we're on a straight and I go from 5th to 6th gear, the engine just didn't quite pull. It didn't have enough revs on the day, so yeah, we should have changed it, but again, really enjoyed this race, so keep watching.
Right, a little bit.
So there we have it, end of the weekend, and another P2 for me after a bad start and just struggling with a bit of straight line speed. We managed to get past, but yeah, didn't quite have enough laps to catch Lee up, but really enjoyed the weekend. Again, just showed we had some pace, and considering it's still my second year in a Division 1, happy that we are still at the sharp end. So yeah, end of the weekend. Overall we finished second, but I just want to have a big shout out to Lee for having great racing all weekend, good pace, and winning overall.
Third place overall in third place overall, Tom Rushall. There we go, second overall, got his first win of the season, which is well overdue, but had to play second best after that. But second overall, Jack And first overall, second place, but wasn't going to play second to Jack, so got 2 wins. First overall, Lee Harbour. So there's going to be a choice of numbers as to what the next driver runs next year. Could it be GP, could it be 1, could it be, yes. But the next place for Division 1 goes to Lee Harbour.